Contain number Sinji. Anybody at all. Anybody. All right, we're getting into game one here. Solo commentary for this. Let's go. So it's a very interesting matchup between these two players. Both of them are known for their patient play style, whereas it's very interesting. Both of them are kind of gimmick heavy, but Sinji is all about like gimmicky traps that require a lot of setup, whereas Numbers is more about it's like he puts himself in bizarre situations and turns it around on you when you least expect it. And we're actually getting a pretty aggressive start to this game. Really smart from Numbers, doing that forward throw into the hydrant, meaning that getting that sizable chunk of damage. Right now tied between these two. What do you do? What do you do when it's tied? Oh, right. Numbers actually has the ability to heal, which is pretty big in this particular. In fact, I think Sinji is playing more aggressive from him than we've seen in the past because he knows how much of a it's actually like a threat. Even though Wii Fit only heals 2% from each sun and 2% from deep breathing, the fact that she can means that like Numbers can basically take a lead back without even having to approach. And so, wow, what a pivot grab. Read that the short hop air dodge, or I don't know, he might have been reading a roll, but he was able to cover all the options there. Sinji not actually able to get up and punish that the bell confirm in time, and Numbers now at 121%. I believe that if Sinji does manage to take this, which he does have the lead, but that doesn't quite mean that much. Both of these characters historically really struggle to kill. So now that we're moving towards that zone, I'd be very curious to see how they set up for it. The apple not going to do it. Wow, an amazing DI from Numbers. Means that he is going to be surviving, and survival is key here right now. If he drops the stock, he essentially loses all of the rage that he has at his disposal. That's it. Oh, Sinji goes for that grab. That grab is so laggy. Really, it's such a risky option. It probably would have, if he connected it, it might have actually killed, but so beautiful from Sinji. Throws down that hydrant, baiting Numbers to challenge it. And when he does, just immediately turns it around, gets him with the key, evening up the stock count. But we do have a slight lead for Numbers here, 43% on Sinji. But it is important to remember that, wow, that did 23%. Pac-Man's broken. He just jabbed us 23% if Hydrant's right next to him. Oh, that was a great cancel. So right now these two are just sort of feeling themselves. Numbers grabbing the fruit, which is a very interesting play because I know that Sinji apparently actually loves it when people grab his fruit because they don't really know what to do with it. In general, it's kind of ooh, the hydrant water actually. That grab was safe, but it also meant that it wasn't going to work on Numbers there. Amazing spacing from Sinji to get around these tiny suns. Ooh, that was some huge damage. Right now, only 17% separating them. And here we were thinking maybe we're going to get a timeout. It doesn't seem like that's going to be the case right now because, ooh, goes for that grab and it doesn't work out. With 2 minutes and 33 seconds on the clock, both of these players are in the red. Gets that reverse F-tilt, not going to kill just quite yet. Ooh, go ahead. Beautiful timing on the neutral getup. Yes, shielding. And key is now at play. At the very least, it cancels out the sun salutations, but you can't really let Numbers sun salute for free in this, especially in this matchup when percent matters so much. We have 2 minutes on the clock, which means that not going to be an issue. Numbers gets hit by the bell, dunked by the up smash, or whatever the opposite of dunking is. What's the opposite of dunking?
I think it's just shooting.
Shooting? I guess he gets shooted up to the
shot, not shooted, you fool.
I don't know. It's dunked. And then it's, no, it's dunk and dunked. Right?
Yeah, it's like, what? There's so many ways you can like say things wrong. It's like, I talked to that guy, and I shooted.
Wait, what's wrong with talked?
Are you serious?
Wait.
I spoke. Oh. Game two.
Dang. I'm sorry. I forgot about that one. Okay, anyway, so game two here right now. Sinji taking that last game in, like, honestly, pretty brisk. Sorry, pretty, brisk fashion. Wait, I'm confusing 2 words here. Anyway, you're ruining my brain now. I'm so on tilt from this talked thing. But anyway, right now Numbers actually the one with the pretty big lead. Although we did see something like this last game, and Sinji was able to run it back pretty effectively. And wow, okay, so remember before how I said that Sinji likes it when people grab his fruit because they don't know what to do with it? Numbers clearly knows what to do with it. Right now, Numbers is actually using Sinji's traps better than he is. That's amazing. Going for all the way in that deep breathing, but he's gonna have to cancel it. Yeah, and Pac-Man is at this range where, okay, so that happened. John Numbers, this is what I was talking about, where John Numbers just does things. He essentially just crouched in place, you know, wiggled back and forth a little bit, and it got him that nice meaty punish. I always wonder what's going on in the head of John Numbers. And he is winning right now. Probably right now what's going on in his head is back air equals death. He's going to be taking this pretty darn big lead. And Sinji is forced to approach right now, which is not a position Sinji ever wants to be in. Oh my sweet. That was 28% of Tiny Little Suns. That's something that we actually see Numbers do a lot. He does love that fully charged sun, but at the same time, he will just throw it out before it's due. And going for that crazy... Numbers just wanted, I guess he wanted to bounce on the trampoline for a bit. Oh, stalling for time. That's actually really smart. So Numbers, although he doesn't have to at this point, it's probably not going to go to timeout. He still just managed to eat up like 3 or so seconds just jumping on that trampoline. Oh, that was really smart. Sinji actually, so Sinji using that side B, the pellet gets dropped and he's able to eat it and heal himself for I think like 2% each time. Oh, wow, that forward smash is not going to take it, but that is some big damage. Numbers looking to take this to a game 3 right now, but the down throw from Pac-Man putting Numbers off stage. He's not necessarily uncomfortable out there, but let's see if, what? Oh, I guess Clanked and projectile went away. All right, and the back room Numbers will be sealing it. Both of these games have been less than 4 minutes. Neat. And so we're moving now into game 3. It absolutely can be anyone's game. Numbers was really, really convincing in that last game. He was just the way he was using Sinji's own traps against him. And it's something that we've seen from him since the beginning of the set, but right there we saw just it gone to the extreme. Oh, it looks like we're going to be going to Omega Wily's castle. Pac-Man has a wall jump, right? Pac-Man has a wall jump?
Yes.
Why?
Because he's athletic.
All right, so when you go to Omega, you don't have the Yellow Devil, but we're going to be getting a Yellow Devil of our own in the form of Sinji's Pac-Man. I did it. I made a joke. Anyway, so we're getting into it right now. Sinji is actually we're seeing it a lot more aggressive from him. He's throwing out a lot of these aerials. That forward air you never expect it to have as little end lag as it does. He can do a forward air and then another aerial before he hits the ground. It's the sort of thing where when he's pressuring shields, if you get a little bit too trigger happy with your out of shield option, you will get punished for it. This game looking a lot more even than the last game we saw. Sinji making some really nice adjustments. Going way up there to charge up his wow, that was so close. Numbers almost getting that spike, which would have been huge. But for now, Sinji is going to be living actually with the lead. Right, Numbers able to heal himself bit by bit though. And this is the thing, as he moves towards kill percent, it becomes a very different game. Although Numbers is forced to, oh, that was so close. Frames away from that up smash connecting. Wii Fit has a deceptively powerful up smash. That's actually so smart. That's honestly more valuable than a reflector. Like if Sinji is using a reflector, you know, it'll send the projectile back, but like chances are Numbers can crouch it or, you know, just shield it. But by using that side B instead, he actually heals himself for 2%. But while I'm talking about how clever that was, Numbers has actually taken the lead by a considerable margin, and there he will actually take the stock. Numbers at 95%, but he's going to be getting grabbed. Not too much of a tragedy, but, you know. Oh my, okay, so he charges up that forward smash, going for a read. Numbers reads around it, you know. He goes for that jump, and as he's going down to punish him, the water pushes him back so slightly that he gets hit by the reverse hit of forward smash. I cannot believe that just happened. And right now, these two are pretty much even. Pac-Man does have about 31% on him, which is a little bit, you know, especially in this matchup, it's pretty dangerous, especially while Numbers is just hanging on to this key. He is Z-dropping it over and over and over again because it does not disappear if you do that, I believe.
Yeah, it won't disappear in the air. It'll only disappear on the ground.
Yeah, and this is sort of what we were seeing before when Numbers would get a hold of Pac-Man's, you know, trapping tools and just really use them for himself pretty dang effectively. There's the reverse F tilt. Ooh, that's some big damage though. Only 40% separating these two. And given that there's 3 minutes on the clock, I do not think a timeout is on either of these players' minds. They're just thinking about how they can net the stock as soon as possible.
To be fair, I don't think they're ever planning to time out.
You think it just happens?
Yes. I think they only plan to time out when, oh, there happens to be 20 seconds left. I don't think it's ever their intention. I really don't.
It's just a happy accident, you know?
Yeah.
For them.
So it's
They're
like
just
a little bush.
Got a timeout. Oh, getting into this zone right now. Wow, reading that roll and getting that punish with the nair and the, oh my, right now that was so smart from Numbers. He's grabbing that fruit, able to turn around this bad position. And the dash attack from Pac-Man is so safe. It's so hard to deal with, but the reverse F-tilt is going to be doing it. Sinji being knocked out at 4th place. John Numbers moving on to losers finals, where he will be playing Ho3K Dill.